Imagine a machine built to tick just once a year, a clock where the century hand advances every 100 years, and the cuckoo only comes out on the millennium. Construction is currently underway inside a remote, hollowed-out limestone mountain in the Sierra Diablo range of West Texas. The concept comes from inventor Danny Hillis and the Long Now Foundation. They argue that modern culture is trapped in a 24-hour news cycle, leaving humanity dangerously disconnected from the distant future. To break that cycle, they are building a physical monument to deep time, a structure designed to force our focus away from the daily grind and toward the survival of our species over thousands of years. Building at this scale requires massive resources. Jeff Bezos is the project's primary benefactor, providing the Texas land and $42 million for construction. This massive investment in the year 12,000 exists alongside immediate planetary crises, from ecological collapse to extreme wealth inequality. This creates a central tension. The clock is either a profound attempt at human foresight or a massive vanity project for a billionaire seeking a permanent place in the geological record. The engineering begins with a massive excavation. Robotic miners were used to carve a vertical shaft 500 feet straight down into the solid limestone. The mountain provides a thermally stable environment, acting as a fortress that protects the machinery from extreme weather and human interference. But the primary challenge is survival. To last 10 millennia, every component must resist the slow chemical decay that eventually destroys most human artifacts. Designers rejected standard industrial metals, favoring marine-grade 316L stainless steel, titanium, and high-tech ceramics, materials that withstand 10,000 years of elemental exposure. Standard lubricants were also discarded. Over centuries, even the best oils degrade into a solid paste that would seize the gears. This diagram shows the solution: unlubricated bearings made of sapphire and quartz. These hard stones allow the massive metal components to move against one another with minimal friction for thousands of years. By selecting materials based on their long-term chemical stability, the engineers have created a machine that functions as a persistent geological artifact. Mechanical durability is only half the problem. Batteries decay and power grids fail, meaning the clock must find its own source of energy. This cross-section shows how the clock harvests energy. It utilizes the temperature differential between the solar-heated air at the peak and the cold air deep within the shaft. These thermal currents drive mechanical bellows, winding the immense weights that power the movement. To maintain precision, a solar synchronizer tracks the sun at high noon. This mechanism automatically adjusts the clock, correcting any microscopic drift in the pendulum swing. Even the music is engineered for the long term. A mechanical chime generator uses an algorithm to ensure the clock never repeats the same melody twice over its 10,000-year lifespan. These autonomous, self-correcting systems allow the mechanism to track time across the millennia without human intervention. Returning to the present reality, we have to consider the implications of a $42 million price tag. Critics of long-termism argue that focusing on the distant future allows billionaires to ignore urgent contemporary issues, such as the widening wealth gap and immediate climate action. This creates a difficult political context for the clock. It is a monument to the future, built by a funding source currently at the center of global debates over labor and wealth concentration. There is also a practical risk. If our society collapses, no one will remain to find or read the clock. If we thrive, the machine will likely survive only as an obsolete curiosity. Ultimately, the clock may function less as a tool for survival and more as a permanent, immovable legacy for its funders. The Long Now Foundation views the clock as a cognitive tool, one that demands we reframe our immediate choices within a generational context. It functions similarly to the Apollo missions, an expensive project that provided a new perspective on our planet's fragility, forcing us to consider our collective impact. The physical clock is designed to outlast our current political borders and national identities, serving as a reminder of the people who will live in the world we leave behind. Whether it is a profound monument or a misallocation of wealth, the 10,000-year clock has already succeeded by forcing a debate about what exactly we owe to the future.